So really this is going to be a little bit different for us because there's another stipulation with the lockdown, going out for essential items. So right now we can only go and get essential items. Before, it wasn't like that. What's up, Perfectly Blended family, and welcome back to another video. I'm Chantel.
And I'm Greg.
And in this video, guys, we're simply just here to talk about lockdown for the third time. But guys, before we get into this, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so when we drop a new video, you're alerted. Alright, let's get into it.
Okay.
Okay.
I think this one's almost like a video diary.
So guys, we're just home, kids are in bed, and we're just chilling right now.
Actually, we just went into our third lockdown this past Saturday. Today is now Thursday.
Yeah.
Early morning Thursday. So we went into lockdown on the Saturday, but it was just a lot of restrictions. But it was still, I think, lenient, right? Like you could still go
stores were open.
Yeah, but just at limited capacity. COVID numbers keep climbing, so as of 12:01 this morning, it's now 2 o'clock in the morning, they implemented a stay-at-home order. So that means the only reason you leave your home is for essential items like groceries, healthcare, work that is essential and
exercise,
and you can't do from home, and then exercise. And exercise is limited to close to home. I don't know how far from home that means.
Yeah, we don't know yet, but I'm sure they're going to say.
Be more specific about it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Close to home?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's like walking distance.
Yeah, for
basically.
sure.
I think, like if you can walk and walk back comfortably, I think that's a fair. Nobody's going too far. Because nowhere you have to drive to, I think that's where they're going with it.
So really this is going to be a little bit different for us because there's another stipulation with the lockdown, going out for essential items. So right now we can only go and get essential items. Before, it wasn't like that.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to implement that. So the big stores, like a Walmart, they sell essential and non-essential items. And I think it's because of the complaint that these places are open, people can get them from here, but you're making all the small stores shut down and we can't sell them. So what they're trying to do is now prevent the big stores from selling them in person also. You go to Walmart, you can get groceries and like personal care products, they said. I can't remember the list. But it sounds like they're going to try and block off a big chunk of the store? Or like how do you...
I don't know. Like, will they be monitoring? Like
what gets scanned, or is it just asking you like the honor system?
No, I definitely don't think the honor system.
Because you can see people being like, "Hey, they shouldn't be buying that. That's not essential." Oh my god, I think this is going to create an issue.
It already has.
Wow.
It already has. What's essential from what's non-essential, and
like
who should be off work, and who should be on work, and who should go to which store, and who shouldn't. Like, it's a mess. Okay,
today will be day 1 of 28 days of this stay-at-home order.
I really am just saddened because I really feel it for my kids.
Let's talk about the kids.
Yeah.
So they still go to school.
For now?
For now. So they go to school today and again tomorrow. And then it's the weekend. And then they have an April break because they lost their March break. So spring break is April this year due to the way things have all been bumped from the COVID closures.
Right.
So they're warning or saying, make sure when your kids come home on Friday, they bring everything with them. Not saying that they're going to close, but it's a potential. I don't know. And then they go back to virtual learning again. And I think the back and forth, this whole thing is really...
You know what? First of all, like, you realize we were locked down just like a month and a bit ago.
Yeah.
So maybe they should have just kept us locked down until this time?
Maybe, but the numbers were going down. Like, okay, honestly, I have no idea what it's like being a politician, having to make these decisions during this time.
You're right.
Because I can see both sides and like fair arguments going either way, and it's up to him to make the right decisions.
Right.
Or him in our case. So I can just imagine what that's like with all these people in those positions.
I would hate to be a politician in this time.
So I cannot do that job, and I know that. And I'm like, all the power of these guys having to be in that position during times like this, with all this information coming from everywhere and making the right decision.
Right.
Like, I can't imagine that. Anyway, so that's where it's brought us to where we are now. So we don't know if the kids are going back after.
Right.
They might be back to virtual learning.
Okay. And I really don't want them to do virtual learning. I'm going to be straight up. I was back and forth at first because I didn't have the experience with virtual learning.
Right.
So I would hear reviews from other parents who had their kids in school and other parents who had their kids on the virtual learning system.
Okay.
So
listening to parents that are
both sides.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, virtual learning, parents will be like, oh, it's amazing. You know, I don't have to drive my kids to school. I just have to monitor them. It's pretty strict. There's a teacher online. They can't leave. They still have to put their hand up. They still have to participate. But there's only
and
so
it's like
much.
Regular school hours and
regular school hours
breaks and everything.
Right. But there's only so much a teacher can do from being on the other side of a screen.
I can just imagine just stuck in the screen like for all that time.
It's
versus being able to be up and down in the classroom, be far more interactive in person.
Yeah, and I think the interactive is huge, especially for our little ones right now. It's huge.
And that there's so much different like visual stimulation and just the people around you.
Yes.
You're so limited when you're stuck in a house.
Yeah.
Okay. That being said, I think parents who are working from home, they need their kids to be in school during that time. We've done the online learning, the virtual, a few times, and especially in the beginning, we had to be there with them the whole time. Like we became
the supervising teacher.
Yeah.
On this side.
Just trying, and so we lost all that time. There's no way you could work from home and actually do that at the same time.
Right. And if you do, the child's at a loss.
Yeah. If you just know what, you got your job, they're at the computer.
Yeah, because right now our kids,
especially like making phone calls and stuff at work. Like when you're working at home, this is work. You've got like 4 hours straight where you're
plowing away.
Yeah, you have to get stuff done, and so I can like have it. There's no way you're running to check on your kid. It just can't happen, and I can appreciate parents having to deal with that at home.
And there's some parents that are told by their employer, so their jobs, that if you have kids at home, they shouldn't be a distraction to work, and if they are, you have to take unpaid leave of absence.
Basically, you're saying you're in favor of kids going to school. That's what it comes down to.
If it helps some parents.
I'm sure there's plenty of parents that like absolutely need that.
Their
job depends on that,
But I know that if you're in a pandemic, don't get me wrong, guys. I understand if you're in a pandemic, all schools need to be shut down. People need to be home.
Okay.
At the same time.
So that's sort of the other side of it again, right?
Right. So if I'm going through...
So being a politician and having to deal with this on both sides, like, the stats show that it does spread through the schools. Kids are going back and forth and bringing it home from home in. You can't control all of that.
Right.
There's school closures because of all these outbreaks. They're trying to find that balance. I think you do the full lockdown, and that's the best way to stop it now. But in doing that, all those other people take the hit. And it's trying to find the minimal hit to
somebody's gonna lose. Somebody's gonna lose out, and that's just what's the unfortunate part about it.
What it comes down to is us making the most of it, period.
Absolutely. So there is no decision really to be made. That's what we need to do.
This is where we are regardless of all of that.
Yeah, there's no point in complaining.
There's so much opportunity in this, and so we're going to take full advantage and make the most of it.
That's all we can do, yes.
That's the goal in all of this.
Right, that's what we have control of.
Exactly. In the first lockdown, and we kind of covered that a bit in quarantine life, we did just that. Let's make the most of it. We realized we're spending more time with our kids than we ever have ever, and so these lockdowns, it gives us that more family time. I think we all grow closer because of that. It's allowed us to take off with this channel on YouTube because we have the time to do that now. So we're playing with the kids and creating situations that are just fun.
And it's just living the life we want to live, ultimately.
So it's just that, making the most of it. Yeah.
So what do you see as our plan for the kids, like moving forward?
Okay.
So they lock down, we're here, we're doing our thing.
Either way, like it's set. There's still some kind of like structure at home, and the kids know it. When it's like full break, they still do like exercises every day. They'll still do something to stay physical, whether it's the online stuff offered to them, like Jasmine's gymnastics.
Right.
Or you can see like they love just coming in the garage with us. So we created that stay active environment. And
Right. But what's really nice, babe, is that the weather's getting warmer. So we can take the physical activity, even if it's in front of our lawn.
we can
Or
go
even
outside.
it's out, like
Yeah.
right there. We don't have to be at the parks because we know the parks are being shut down.
That's
or
the
go
other thing,
anywhere
right?
where we're venturing too far off. You know, we're able to, we're blessed in that sense that we can use our front lawn and we can use our backyard if we
We
have
can still
to.
go outside a little bit.
Yeah. But even that little bit is going to be a difference for them rather than being cooped up like a
Yeah,
chicken.
because that's one of the things that is like, we're definitely going to be able to make more use of our outdoor space, I think. That'll
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, we did last year. We were in lockdown last year. That front step of ours, it's amazing.
Just been at the front.
That's all I needed to do. We would go sit out there, we eat grapes, we just chilled.
You know what? It's true.
The
I
kids
put, like
loved
putting a
it.
sprinkler on the lawn and
Yeah.
just things like that.
And they're so little right now, so they still appreciate the little small things like the sprinklers or just eating on the lawn or chalk on the driveway or bringing out the basketball net, the little Danny's little basketball net and playing. They were super content with that. And I think we are okay to do that again if we have to this
Yeah,
year.
like that's like just a fraction of it, right?
Yeah.
Because being at home and having the time, it makes it so much easier to be able to do the filming that we do with them.
Oh, right. And
Because
they
they're
love
already
it. Oh
here.
my gosh,
Yeah.
they keep asking, when are we going to film? And guys, like for their channel, we are filming 3 videos a week for their channel. Now we're kind of switching up the content we post on their channel because we're just kind of finding our way with the children's content. But they love the new stuff that we're filming now. A lot of the food challenges, love like the cupcake challenges, just a lot of food things. They just like it. So you know what? We're kind of gonna go with that and see how it goes. And they like the challenges too. So we're kind of figuring out what will work with regards to challenges and doing it with them. Yeah. But for us, we're managing their channel, and our channel gets kind of hectic, right? When you're building a community, it becomes challenging because they want all kids want to do is have fun.
It's just finding balance. But what I'm saying is, when we're in this sort of stay home situation, it gives us that time.
It does.
Because we're not doing extra traveling and that, so we don't have to push it as late. It's stuff that we can actually do during the day.
That's absolutely true.
And like, there's always a way to take advantage of it or find a positive aspect to it. Now, since the lockdown was initiated a week ago, gym I work at was closed, so I'm home. It's been almost a week. Yeah, today being Thursday, the lockdown was initiated on the Saturday.
Right.
Now they're saying 28 days again, so it's basically 5 weeks total. And that's the minimum. Like, we don't know where we're going to be 4 weeks from now. Likely we're outside a lot more, and Jasmine loves the gardening.
Yeah, she'll have fun with that.
She'll get to take care of her plants. She'll love it. And I think that'll just help us actually a little more yard maintenance. Even in those spaces.
Amaya likes to dance.
Oh, she's
like I've been really trying to keep up with TikTok.
You know what?
Dancing with her.
We've been here 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
and we've never really used the backyard.
Because we haven't fixed it up.
But that's just it. But why didn't we fix it up?
Because we're so busy.
Yeah, we're doing other things. It's not a priority.
Yeah.
And now, because it seems like
Everything that happened.
it looks like it'll be more of a priority. Like, now it's just sort of seems like it's being paid more attention to.
Yeah. Like I was saying, Maya can do dances, and she loves doing it in the backyard. So, I mean, if the backyard's like all nice and fixed up, she'll be more motivated to drag me out there and learn some dances with her, which I don't mind. I look forward to that.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of things we want to do with Danny. Get him outside because he loves being outside. They all love being outside, right? He
didn't get to ride his bike. It was like, he got the bike last year, but he's still just a little too small for it.
Yeah.
Just the size wasn't quite right.
No.
So this year should be his bike riding year.
Yeah.
See how he does.
Yeah. I think he's going to do great.
We're at the time of year where the weather is just starting to get nice. Like, it's nice to go hang out outside weather, like long sleeve or sweater weather.
Mm-hmm. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what? We'd be interested to know, like, how you guys are dealing with it.
Yeah, what's it like where you guys are?
Yeah. We're just outside of Toronto. So that's what it's like for us here.
Yeah, in Ontario, Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I think we get it kind of later than the rest of the world.
I feel like the rest of the world's never in lockdown.
I think there's been plenty of places that have been.
Like, I know they haven't, but I just feel like every time I'm looking, like, people are, like, at pools or at restaurants or just doing the thing. I'm like, are we
So you're looking at Australia and stuff.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
No, you don't. And a lot of people, I think, use throwback pictures. And, like, is that actually happening? No, there's places that, like, in Texas, like, full baseball stadiums packed. They were, like, fully open now.
Right now?
Right now.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
I don't know all the facts behind it, but I know that a couple states, or my understanding is they've fully opened up. Texas for sure. I saw that in the news today.
You guys are so lucky, but we'll get there. I don't want to put too much focus on this emotion, but I really just want to travel. So I really wish COVID was over and done with so that we had the opportunity to do something like that, because we mentioned it in 8-year anniversary. We were about to travel, the first time ever together. Gearing up for our first time going on a plane somewhere together, which was Atlanta.
Oh my gosh,
we were going to Atlanta.
I can't believe it. That was a year ago.
We were gearing up to go to Atlanta, guys, and COVID literally happened and shut down those plans. We put money away. We're getting ready. We're like, okay. I told my mom, like, can the kids stay with you? I'm getting ready to,
It's like we're actually like looking at
Airbnbs.
Yeah.
And COVID happened. So I'm a little bit like, you know, it's unfortunate and things happen for a reason.
But, you know, all these lockdowns, including that one, have allowed us to build this and to do this.
That is so true, and it's such a blessing. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. Every day I wake up and I'm able to look at how far we've come. I just say to myself, man, I am so grateful. Thank you. I really am. And I couldn't be any happier. Honestly.
The thing is, it's funny because I had like friends message me like, a year ago, could you imagine you'd be where you are today?
Right.
I'm like, no, man. It's so far from pre-March last year.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, life was so different.
Yeah. Which video did we talk about that in? Oh, the 2020 recap.
2020 recap. Check it out if you haven't. Let us know how it's going for you guys, where you are. Are you guys open? Are you guys going into a lockdown too? How are your kids? If you guys have any kids, nieces, nephews, grandchildren, any kids that you know that are affected, let us know, guys. You know what to do. Yeah. Drop a comment down below.
I think everything we see is just sort of local.
Yeah.
And then if you get it through like social media or something, you don't know how true or what.
Exactly.
You know, so it'd be interesting.
If they tell us.
To hear sort of directly, like, what are you guys dealing with right now? Let's get through this one and then see what's next.
We're all in this together. Guys, we'll still be here, so we're looking forward to interacting with all of you guys.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so ultimately, this third lockdown gives us more time to do exactly what we want to do as a family and create the life we want. And the special part is we get to share it with you guys.
They get to see the growth, and we have our own bias. We don't quite see it the same way.
Right.
So I know me getting a little more comfortable on camera, but just the whole development of the family, watching the kids grow up this over the past year.
Because if you guys look back at the videos, all the kids to me look so much older. Yeah. It's like, oh my gosh, they've grown.
Like we see them today.
And they look
actually,
the same.
The videos as they get posted are pretty much within the week, right?
Yeah.
Like being recorded.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see how much they've changed
since last year.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They're getting so big, so fast. So crazy. Anyways, ultimately, we're grateful for that we're able to do exactly what we want to as a family and share it with our community.
Yeah.
So that's a blessing, and we're so grateful for each and every one of these people that watch us. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So thank you so much for watching. But before we leave out tonight, make sure you subscribe. And hit that notification bell because
we don't want you to miss a thing.
Alright guys, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.